Linear equations are frequently written in standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. Equations written in standard form can be converted to slope-intercept form by solving for y. So that's what we're going to do on this worksheet today, is we're going to solve for y. Now remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Y is isolated. Y is all by itself, so we're going to solve for y. Then after we do that, we're going to identify the slope and the y-intercept. So what's the m and what's the b? Okay, so if we're looking at question 1, we want to get this y all by itself. So we want to move or get rid of that 2x. Currently it's positive, so the opposite is to subtract 2x. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. These cancel. Bring down your y equals. And remember, I want my mx term to come first, then my plus b. 3 is a constant, a number by itself, and negative 2x is a variable term. These are unlike terms. We cannot put them together. So negative 2x comes first, then plus 3. And this would be my final answer because y is all by itself. Okay, so what's the m here? What's the slope, the number in front of the x? It's negative 2. And what's your b value? Positive 3. Question 2. We want to get 5x alone. So we want to move the 4x. So we're going to subtract 4x from both sides. Those cancel out. Bring down your 5y equals. I cannot put negative 30 minus 4x together because they're unlike terms. And my mx term comes first, so I'm going to write negative 4x first. Then my b value, so then minus 30. Now, y, if I highlight it, it's not completely alone yet. There's something out in front of it. There's a 5 out in front. 5 and y are being multiplied together. So the opposite is to divide by 5. And I'm going to divide both of these terms by 5 as well. Then I can type them into my calculator to see if they reduce or simplify. Negative 5 divided by 4 stays as negative 5 over 4. Negative 30 divided by 5 is negative 6. So that would be my final answer. Y equals mx plus b. So what's the m here? M is negative 5 over 4. That's my slope. B is the number at the end. That's your y-intercept, which is negative 6. All right, let's walk through question 3. So our goal here is to get negative 3y by itself. So I want to move this x, and it's a positive, so the opposite is to subtract x. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. bring down your negative 3y equals, then my x has to come first, then my plus b plus 12. I want this y to be isolated, to be all by itself. Currently, it's being multiplied by a negative 3, so the opposite is to divide by negative 3. So those cancel. Y equals, well, there's a number out in front of this x here, so I'm going to put in a negative 1 so we can kind of see that. Two negatives make a positive, so negative 1 divided by negative 3 becomes positive 1 over 3x. 12 divided by negative 3 is negative 4. So now let's identify what the slope is. It's positive 1/3. And what's your b value? Negative 4. Perfect. Okay, you're going to continue this worksheet. So questions 4 through 12. And I'm going to help you right now with this worksheet. Or with this story problem, sorry. Question 13. Pedro walks at a rate of 4 miles per hour. And he runs at a rate of 8 miles per hour. Each week, his exercise program requires him to cover a total distance of 20 miles with some combination of walking, which is x. Okay, so we're going to use an x for walking, or running, which is y. And it says write an equation in standard form. And standard form is ax plus by equals c. So let's start with what I have boxed in red. Okay, so what does he walk at? He walks at a rate of 4 miles per hour. And the variable that we use for walking is x plus, let's look at what's in green. Let's focus on his running. That's 8 miles per hour. And we use the variable y. And what is the total distance he's trying to reach? 20 miles. So I have ax, 4x plus by, so 8y equals c, which is 20. So then what I want you to do is try the other story problems as well. So finish this worksheet, and when you're done, submit it on Schoology.